Hi, I'm Marty, and this is my van conversion that I've just completed. This is our first trip with it, and we're very happy with it. It's a 2018 Ford Transit. It's a 148-inch wheelbase with the extension, and it's a high roof model. We picked it up used, and it was in great shape. When we picked it up, it was a cargo van, basically a bare shell for just hauling materials and that kind of thing. Our layout is somewhat unique from the aspect that we do have a full-size bed in it that's there the whole time. We don't have to pull out a couch or flip a unit over or any kind of fooling around with seats to make the bed. The bed is there the whole time. So that was one of the major constraints in doing the design of it. The other thing in the design is that we have a full-size refrigerator on it, which gives us lots of capabilities to go on extended trips and keep everything cool, and works very well that way. But in doing that, you have to juggle things around. Also has a full wet bath, which allows you to take showers in it, and there's a toilet. And the toilet is a little bit unique from the aspect that it's a cassette toilet that's used in England and Europe quite a bit. The van, when we got it as a cargo van, and it had the standard windows at the front of the van, had two windows at the back. So one of the first things that we did is we put in windows inside. We put in this window up here and this large window there. We did that on both sides of the van to let light in and some ventilation, and it's worked out really well. The other things that you can see from the outside of the van are the water heater, which is right there, and it's just a standard RV type water heater. Works on propane and 110 volts. And this item here, which is the furnace, and it's again a standard RV furnace, works on propane. And it's a small one, but it'll heat the inside of the van up really nice and toasty. Yeah. This is the double bed, and we have just enough room across the Ford Transit to get it in widthwise, and it's quite comfortable for the two of us with ventilation, what have you. Underneath the bed, as I said before, there's the hot water tank and the furnace, and on this side, underneath the bed, are the lithium batteries, the inverter charger, and the other chargers for the lithium batteries. I decided in this case to put the gas locker in the back, and this is where we keep our propane tanks. And rather than put a tank underneath, we just use a standard barbecue tank. And when the barbecue tank runs out, you just pull it out and get it refilled anywhere without a problem. And this gas locker meets the Fire Prevention Association standards for propane gas, and it's vented on the bottom and also on the top, so there's no danger of keeping the propane gas inside the RV. And it's very easy to access. Okay, I'd like to show you the inside of the RV. I've completed all of the interior finishings myself, the woodwork, the flooring, all of the plumbing, the wiring, all of that kind of thing. One thing that we decided to do is to prevent flies and mosquitoes and other insects from getting inside, is to put in this fly screen, and it's very economical and does the job. It's great. In the front of the van, these are the standard seats that came with the van. The modification that we did to them was to put in swivels in them, so the seats will turn around from the normal driving position and swivel around, and that gives you the ability to have a seating area in the front. The Passenger seat is an easy modification to make, but the driver's seat is somewhat difficult because the emergency brake is in the way typically, and you have to modify the emergency brake to get the seat to swivel. But it's still doable and works out quite well. So it gives you a seating area in the front here with a bench seat that I've done, and with the front we've done several things to deal with the windows. We have a cover that goes on the outside of the windows. We can use that, or else we put Reflectix on the inside of the windows, which is an insulating aluminum material. And we've also made curtains that also work to give you privacy at the front, and they just unzip and go around behind the seats like that, roughly. So it's gives you an effective way of dealing with privacy and heat and light and that kind of thing. The side window is actually dealt with right now using Reflectix, but we've also put drapery material on it, and it's just goes up and stays in place by magnets. And that gives you the privacy. It's very easy to use. The also in the front of the van here, the bench seat sits on top of the water tank. The water tank is about 28 gallons and provides enough fresh water that you can go off and boondock and be unhooked for up to 3-4 days in a row without being hooked up to anything. Okay. The kitchen galley has a small sink, and it's got both hot and cold running water and a spray. Works both ways, and so it's all of the normal features. We have a flip-up platform which gives you more counter space, and we like it from the aspect that it gives you lots of room to maneuver. The other part of the galley with the wood top is a propane stove top with a igniter built right into it. It's Dometic style. All of the cabinet drawers are built with full extension hinges so that you can get right to the back of the drawers. The drawers, we've made them with high sides so that nothing will fall out of the drawers. The actually made a custom holder for the garbage can, which makes it very effective use of the space. As well, in this galley unit, we've got a plug for plugging in electric kettles, toasters, and then down on the floor is another second plug, plus the propane carbon monoxide detector and a heating outlet from the furnace. The overhead cabinets are built with a gas strut on them, so they stay up using fairly high quality hardware, and each of the cabinets have a push button lock on them so that when you're going along they cannot open, and it's very easy to see at a glance which ones are open and which ones are closed. An extra storage for magazines and books and all of the like, and another curtain that'll go across the sliding door as well. We just keep them tucked up and out of the way, but they will come down and open up. This is the wet bath, and this is the cassette toilet. They're very popular in Europe, and it's very effective from the aspect that it doesn't require a separate holding tank. It's all built together in one and works very effectively. We also have in the wet bath an overhead cabinet that stores all of the toiletries, The wet bath is all finished in fiberglass panels and is all sealed, which allows you to take a full shower using the pressurized hot and cold water, and is a cozy place to shower and lots of room even for big people to be in there and turn around. One feature that this wet bath has is its own ventilation fan up in the ceiling here, so that when you're taking a shower and you don't want the humidity in the rest of the van, you can just close the door and turn on that fan, and it sucks all of the air out and keeps it from spreading around. In this area of the camper van, we have a full-size microwave oven, and this is the fridge. It's a Nova Cool 9 cubic foot fridge and has lots of space for everything under the sun. There's a lot of camper vans that have fridges in them, but they're only maybe 4 cubic feet, and they have no space for going on extended trips and eating in the van. We also have a storage compartment at the bottom where we keep a lot of the pops and that kind of thing. One of the things that one of the things I haven't talked about is the electronics in it. And we have an electrical panel up here. And this panel, it gives you all of the information that you need about what's going on with the van. This is a solar controller, and it shows that right now the 300 watts of solar panels on the roof is charging the batteries at 3.2 amps. This is a cell phone booster, so where you're in areas of weak cell phone coverage, it'll boost the signal up and provide you cell phone communications. This is the inverter. It's a 2000 watt inverter, so when you're on the road or not hooked up to power, you can actually run the you can run the microwave, you can run the coffee pot or toaster, or you name it. This is the controller for the propane gas furnace to keep the van nice and warm. This is a controller for the gas valve in the gas locker, and you can actually turn the gas on and off to the van remotely with these two buttons here. This is the control for the hot water heater, and you can turn it on and off on gas or on 110 volt shore power. Then these are the switches for the various lights and the water pump in the van. And that's the extent of the controls. As well as the controls, we have a forced air ventilation fan, which will work on both exhaust and intake to keep the van comfortable. And one of the unique things that we did in this installation is the skylight here, and it provides lots of natural light and ventilation to the van and brightens up the interior. One of the objects that we had in doing the van was to keep it nice, light and airy, and we think we've been able to achieve that with the colors.
Hi, my name is Gail and I'm Marty's wife, and I love our van, and one of the most important things to me is the bed. I sometimes have back issues and knee issues, so that's a really important part since we spend a lot of time sleeping. So our objective was to create a bed that wasn't too high but yet comfortable. So what we did was, as you see underneath the bed here, these plastic springs act as a box spring. Not as thick, not as big, but they serve the same purpose. They're called Frolies. They're German, and they clip together and they make it just like a box spring. And how comfortable is that? And we used it on our sailboat, loved it, so we decided, yep, the van, we do it for our van. Then we just bought a 6-inch foam mattress, good quality foam mattress, and put a topper on it. So it, it's very, very comfortable because I like a soft to medium type bed. So we've got the foam mattress, and then we've got the Frolies. So it's a winning combination. I have no trouble sleeping. It's very comfortable and very relaxing.
So thanks for watching, and please help us grow our channel by liking and subscribing. See you next time.
See you next time.